they're going to school. That's it. They're going to school. It's not, you're not supposed to see kids on this block. Anyway, Donald Trump has been re-elected president. And I've caught a cold. Perfect timing, to be honest with you. So Donald Trump was re-elected. So the big winner of the night is Kamala Harris. I mean, that's just that. That is just that. She doesn't know it yet, but yeah, United States of America with a AAA global rating. Donald Trump does not know she is right now effectively dog shit wrapped in cat shit, and he's about to get his hair fucking lifted. I'm surprised. There was, like I said, no matter who won, is going to enter a period of mourning or grief. It's an interesting thing to be put in a decision like that. It was as if America was asked to choose between two reprehensible drinks, and as the time on the clock wore down, fuck, I'll take that one. And you pinched your nose and slammed it down. It's just it's an interesting decision. It's an interesting choice. The only time I've seen this many signs, right, you don't need, that's a flood of information, you know, we get it, vote. The only time you ever see that is when they occasionally come out and say, do not kill, do not kill. This is where you get killed. These signs lasted longer. When they come out and put the do not kill signs out, they're taken down within 24 hours. These, yeah, that's how they vote. That's how they vote, you understand? This is how the white man votes, that's fine, we don't care, you know, they don't seem to care. Hey, gone. Yeah, you don't tell them how to fucking vote, that's how they vote. And I'll say in their defense, like, you don't understand why, how, I'm not gonna do a deep dive on it, but I'll tell you, look at a trading floor. Do you know what they're doing on a trading floor? White, supposedly refined white people slicing each other's fucking throats. Trying to steal Christmas gifts from under your tree and put them under my kid's tree. Just like savages, they're lifting your hair. That's why I said some of the best have gotten just right to the point. Look, I'm interested in doing the trade. Can you tell me how I'm getting fucked? Then I'll decide whether if you tell me that part, then I can decide whether I want to do it or not. If you want to know why I'm reticent, that's why. Well, if you thought Donald Trump had no patience in his first term, oh boy, you know. Or another metaphor is those toilets don't always work in there. It's as if I went to bed and there was two turds in the toilet. When I got up to take a leak, there was one still floating, and that was Donald Trump. There's a million different exegesis on this. Good analysis. Maybe it's a referendum on abortion. Maybe it was, we tried the affirmative act. The last time we did affirmative action was Barack Obama. No way in shit we're doing it again. It was just the same. It was just a paralegal doing everything he can to make sure the ship doesn't sink on a black man's watch. That is the second time in a row that America has had the opportunity to advance a female, which I think they have nothing against it. They're absolutely certain a female will do a kick-ass job. They're absolutely certain of it. We're not doing any more affirmative action hires. That's one analysis, right? Another one, I mean to say. Beat the dog shit out of Hillary. How in the world you couldn't put him away? And he beat the shit out of Kamala. Again, she doesn't know it yet. She's the big winner of the night. Let me help. Here's an opportunity to help people that struggle to understand the Civil War. Now, my understanding isn't perfect of it, but I've read a lot of it, thought on it, and taken classes on it. And but here's an attempt. It was after the election of Abraham. Excuse me, I don't feel well. Abraham Lincoln. The South said, "This is where our paths diverge, friend. We're an entire people here that we differ with all the ideological, So take last night's election, where it's clear you have there still remains two different countries of, at a minimum, if not more, people want to live a different lifestyle. So let's put the shoe on the other foot and see how you like it. President Donald Trump, and right now there's a bunch of people applied for passports. I'm out of here. I think Richard Gere said I'm headed to Spain, this and that. Can't you do that any day? But anyway, I get it. I'm out of here. The point is, a lot of people would want to say, after Donald Trump's elected, look, this is where our paths diverge, friend. It's now a countdown, and we need to go our separate ways. We have an entire half of the country that disagrees with Trump and his views. It's constitutional right for us to go through this divorce. That's called secession, and we file the formal paperwork for secession. We inform you we're no longer a part of the United States. We're now doing a Confederate states in the North. Donald can manage what's in the South, but we officially, as a courtesy, just like we wrote the Declaration of Independence, that's just the title of the letter. It's a letter to the King of England, King George III. Hey, this is our letter. We're notifying you we're backing out of the arrangement. We're no longer happily married partners. That's what the South did with South Carolina and Abraham Lincoln. We're no longer happily married. And we've known in this marriage we can leave at any time. So as a result of last night, say there's a portion of this country that says, hey, we're not into it, pal. And then say we're like, no, bullshit. Donald Trump's like, no, like Abraham Lincoln. Hey, this ain't happening on my watch. This country isn't gonna fall. It's a wound to his personality and his person. If this happens on his watch, no, you're not. And so he's got an army, and so he keeps, so he's got to whip up emotions to use that army to get people. And so what he'll say is, I know what this is really about. It's about it's about abortion. You guys want to go back to baby killing. It's like I said yesterday, the abortion's a thing. Trump was able to overturn 1973 Roe versus Wade. And in some way, there might be some accuracy in it. Hey, we know what this is really about. And they'll counter, actually, no, it's a ton of things. It's really not just abortion. There's a whole wide spectrum of shit. We totally disagree. We even dislike your fucking personality. You're an arrogant son of a bitch, whatever it is. And you could, you're living right now, you see it. It's not just abortion. There's a variety of things like, fuck, man, we want to do things different. It's the same fucking thing what happened down in 1861, the Civil War. And it'd be Donald Trump saying, look, I'll continue to allow abortion to be a states' rights issue. All right, it'll continue to be a states' rights issue. Just come back into the Union. Then historians will rewrite exactly how this shit went down once we declare a winner of the war. The winners of this is a historical thing. The winners of the war write the history. Do you understand? So the winners of the war was the North. They won. So they rewrote the history. Hey, they wanted to keep slaves, and we were against, No, it's one guy's asshole attitude. You ain't gonna do this on the day I'm fucking elected. That's exactly what would be happening with Donald Trump. You ain't gonna do this on the day I'm fucking elected. I'm not gonna be the one that destroys the great experiment. You know, not on my watch. The truth is, no matter what the reason, no matter what the cause, you guys, you have a right to say, I'm out of this marriage. You know. That is absolute American at its bottom. We've voted and we've voted out. It's the most, you know, and we give you American rights, and what's more American than fucking disagreeing, right? As Lee said after the war, I said yesterday, he says, you guys know it was on its way out. You know it was, but you wanted to shove your cock down our throat. And it wasn't going to go, there wasn't going to be a separate, you know, the country wasn't going to be fractured under your watch. You know, when your name wasn't even on the fucking ballot in several states down here. You know, we had no interest in having you president. It's American thing to say, hey, I vote. And I vote with my feet and I'm going down to the South or I'm going wherever. But now here's the shoe on the other foot. Say the North says, this is it, we've had it. And we'll relabel it. We'll use the press to relabel it. Oh, you can't quit with them. You just can't get over it. You desperately need to do baby killing, right? Well, we ain't gonna let you go back to killing babies. It's like a whole spectrum. It's a whole cultural divide here, right? A whole cultural divide. Buddy, abortion ain't even the start or the end of it. Can't count the ways in which I cannot stand your side. You know what I mean? That's how it is. It's like a bitter rivalry every fucking time. How either one of them emerged a winner last night, I don't know. And I know that defies all logic. Barnes & Noble, commercial bookseller, their grand opening is today. It's supposed to be 6 months ago. They kept delaying. We're going to go down and see if they're open. I know I support local booksellers and boutique booksellers, but this is a great moment. The internet emerged 25 years ago in a whole household way, and it obliterated books. And now here, the Nike franchise store left a big hole in the heart of down on Georgetown, and Barnes & Noble just said we're making a comeback. So I'm excited to see books make something of a comeback here. So while I'm not excited to see it on a commercial, like fucking Home Depot scale, I'm going to be in a good mood and celebrate the return of, you know, books. And I'm sure this is, you know, with Barnes & Noble, it's you know, they have gift shops and stuff like that. But let's see what they got going. And Donald Trump is again our president. And yeah, but the big congratulations is to Kamala Harris.